she told me that I wasn't up to her standards.
Well, I do hate to break it to you, friend, but you sort of look like somebody set a tire on fire.
Oh God, please never call me that again. Yeah, what is it? Not so fun time, Freddy.
Wanna see a cool trick?
Not in particular.
So what did you think?
Hold on. Me and Ryder are just gonna go over to the other side of the room and, contemplate that. Also, please don't follow us.
Why does Senpai never notice me?
It's because you suck!
He acknowledged me. It's first for everything.
Listen up, Rangers, welcome to Geek My name's Steve.
Hey, my name's Arnaz.
And take two, because we had this all done originally, and then the SD card corrupted and we lost everything.
Steve was being a Steve.
Yeah, my computer is being a Steve, and now my computer is in the garbage. We got a new computer. So anyways, today we'll be going over the NECA arcade Alien vs. Predator figures of the Chrysalis, Razor Claw Alien, and Arachnoid? God, I was hoping it was on the back of the box. I think it was Arachnoid Alien, right?
Somebody will yell.
Google it. Google it for us while I talk. But if you guys don't know where these are from, this is from the Alien vs. Predator arcade game, which is easily one of our favorite arcade games of all time, and also coincides with the Predators we did on Super a while back. There's also an unboxing for them on this channel as well. So really excited to be getting these ones, especially since they're like very obscure looking aliens. Well, except that guy, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Because the only other thing we're really waiting on is the two human characters. But once I find those, we'll definitely get into those reviews. Anyways, without further ado, further packagings, because we unboxed all the ones that were at my house. We got Arnez's here just to show you guys what's sort of up with them. But on each of the packagings, you get a little bit of the arcade poster on the back here with the figure on the front here. You can also see the figure very nice inside the package.
Arachnoid, Steve. Yeah,
I was right.
With the Alien vs. Predator logo here.
Oh, look at this. All the other ones are $28. The Arachnoid's 22.
It is the more boring one of the ones, but again, we'll get into it here in a minute. Side here, you get another image of the cartridge. Well, I don't think I actually had a cartridge ever. I think I had like a Neo Geo thing, maybe.
I think the cartridge was, or whatever that thing was, it was just said Alien vs. Predator, and it had, gosh.
Yeah, it's like the image you see on like the side of the arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
But, other side, this one you get the alien look away. What do you get with the Chrysalis? Get him looking down. So you get some kind of pose on the side here, kind of replicating the video game. Top of the package just shows you the name there. Back of the package just has the figure there in the video game setting. All the other figures in the line, and a little bit of a bio if you guys want to pause it here real quick. But we are going to move on into some Lego Mumbo Jumbo. So anyways, let's get them open up, the cardboard prisons. Alright, so first and foremost, we'll start with the Arachnoid Alien, because out of the three, we feel like this one's the least impressive out of the bunch.
Definitely, because, oh my god, there's so many things that...
Well, it's just like, it's a dog alien, right?
Yeah, it's a dog alien, but I do like the color scheme on him.
Color scheme's cool. It's done in this, like, teal green, with more of a lighter teal shade on the top of it. Looks really nice. Let's get this little fly flying around.
I like his head, except his ball chin kind of bugs me.
A little bit. He's just more of a man than you, and you're intimidated by it.
I guess so.
Right? And it's also got like this manta ray thing going on the top here. With like the little fins here. Makes it more aerodynamic in the water, I guess. I just want to know, like, what does this have to do with the spider? Like, when you think Arachnoid, you think spider, right?
Yeah, I was hoping you would have like extra arms or legs on the side, or maybe like different kind of tail where you can shoot out web out of it or something.
Yeah, it's just got the little pointy tail. You also got the tubes on the back here there. Sure. Yeah, you think it'd have more legs, but I guess like video game wise, makes sense. But
from Blade 3 movie, do you remember Triple H's dog's name?
No.
Mr. Fluffy or Mr. Muffin or something like that?
Probably.
Should have been something like that for that dog name.
Right. But outside of pretty much, I think the head and the tubes on the back here, it's pretty much just the doggy alien. You get the longer little blade crest things on the arms here. Hands look really nicely detailed. Chest has a trademark rib caging with like the tubes in the tummy here. More or less, looks pretty good.
Look at his massive six-pack, where that's like 28 pack.
Something. Also, mine has like a super stiff mouth. But the tongue on the inside is really loose. It's like you win some, you lose some. But this is also something like, I don't think Pledge would have really solved my problem there, like floor polish, because cleaning that would be a pain in the rear. But kind of off to the side though. Kind of has like an Agiho face to him. He's like, Senpai, no.
Oh my god. That is amazing.
But anyways,
I was typing on a phone and I just looked up and just it looks hilarious.
exactly. But for the alien, that's what to point out too on the back of the head here. It is translucent, so you can see the skull on the inside of the dome, which looks cool though. Because it's pretty much I'm sold on the head sculpt, which makes me glad I purchased this. But for the rest of it, it's just kind of a little boring.
It's like an iffy for me. Like definitely the bottom 3 of the figures, but not bottom alien figure. You know
I can,
what mean?
yeah, it's like I can understand why this guy is cheaper than the other ones to get.
Yeah.
But there's always gonna be like that one figure in the line. Like out of the 3, there's got to be one that's the weakest. And
Like I said, I still like his coloring. Like his coloring's probably one of my favorite alien colorings.
yeah, and then we'll go over the articulation for this guy, and then because for the most part, most of the other aliens have the exact same articulation outside of like certain things, which we'll go over there. But we'll go over this one in its entirety. But for its head, can look up about that far, down about that far, so you get a nice range of motion because it has that extra joint from the neck, like the other dog alien had. Can rotate side to side. Mouth can not do the things I want it to. There we go. Can open and close. That's my problem.
Huh.
The side of the jaw's deformed.
Oh, I see that.
It's getting stuck. That's the issue. It'll be easy to fix. Like I just got to heat it up, and it should just kind of form back into place. But it is something.
I like the stagnant
A
look.
little
of
bit,
space.
a little minimal. Like I said, probably on my shelf. I'm just gonna keep it like how I had it earlier.
Yeah.
It's like senpai. The arms can go up about that far, down about that far, rotate all the way around, and a rotation at the shoulders, rotation at the elbow. Got double joint elbow, some really nice bend to it. Hand can rotate, also swivel back and forth. For the chest, can go back about that far, or about that far, a little bit side to side.
Ooh.
Rotates all the way around. For the legs, can go not super far out. Like if you move them out a little bit more, you can.
But the most important thing is though he can do the pose you need him to do though.
Yeah, it's like this one's like I've been keeping on all fours. But the legs can pretty much go. Like it can touch its ear, so if you want to have them like,
Oh, he's definitely a dog alien.
you can have them scratching if you really want to. You do get double jointed knee, also rotation at the knee. Rotation. I know the feet can rotate. There you go. Also, the toes can go forward and back, and you can also get a little bit of forward and back motion there as well. It's also a bit of a rotation here at the top as well. And the tail can rotate at the base of the rear. And then this is a bendy wire.
Weird tail last time we were talking about.
Yeah, well, it's like you get like... I couldn't really figure out the best way to put it. Like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to look like that. But again, tail is a bendy wire, so you can pretty much pose this however you want. But just be forewarned, I usually don't mess with these too much. Because with it being a bendy wire over time, with excessive use, it can break.
Accidents will happen, and that will not be good then.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like you get it into your pose you want, and then just kind of leave it alone for the most part. Senpai needs to know that's probably going to be the scales.
Senpai, no!
Anyways, next we're moving on to the Razor Claw here, which is probably the most gnarliest looking alien. It's sort of Freddy Krueger-y, right? Where you got like the pinks and like the skin tones.
Can you imagine him, like the queen just asked for him to scratch her back and whoosh?
God, can you scratch my back? Like I got a pretty itchy back, and like this guy, I feel like I get the job done for me.
Yeah, he'll take a few layers off, Steve.
Right? If I don't have the skin, it won't itch.
That is true.
I'm just thinking outside the box. I should not leave these figures on the floor.
No, you should.
With the doggy. But claws look nice though. Painted pretty decently. You have like the predator blood on the end of the little fingernails. So you can definitely tell it's done some damage.
Can you imagine actually those guys fighting predators like in a movie?
Oh, that'd be crazy, right? Like this could just be like one of the, like the AVP sequels or something where it's like, I don't know what the Xenos would have to impregnate in order to make this happen. It impregnates your dreams.
Whatever,
Maybe.
but he had 3 belly buttons, though. I remember him now.
Oh yeah, right there. Because for the most part, like the body here is reused molds. Arms there look fairly like the forearm here looks new to me. Because usually they got like something going on here. This is like basic forearm.
You know what? Every single one of them has different forearms, Steve. So I'm assuming those are the parts they switched on him.
Yeah, maybe. Head looks gnarly too. Like you got some pointy chins. Like his chin could stab people. It's also got a really long mouth. Front of the dome, at least on ours, the one in the box down there, it's a little cleaner. But you can kind of see some like excess paint right there.
Oh, I'm in now.
Yeah, it looks like he sneezed inside of his dome. You can't quite clean it out. But you can see for the rest of the dome, it's translucent. You get some really nice details. Also has like this really gnarly like point to it. Like it sort of reminds me of a cone head.
Everything about him is like sharp. Everything, even his like things on the back, the tubes. They're
Yeah,
sharper.
the tubes don't even look like tubes. Like they got little holes on the end. So like you think like this would be like the equivalent of asthma, right?
Yeah.
Can't breathe. But he's also got the little tubes on the back of the neck, which is going to hinder the articulation a bit. The tail is just one of the AVP ones I do. Well, not quite AVP. I'd have to figure it out because this tail looks, at least the tip looks familiar, but those tails are a little bit more elaborate than what we have on here. Might just be the end. The tip of the tail might be a little bit different, and the claws and the toes are a little bit elongated as well. For this one, it mostly has the same articulation, but primarily the head. This one can't really do much. You can go about that far back, about that far forward, a little bit side to side, but you got to really worry about these tubes ripping off if you articulate it too much. So it's a little bit hindered there, but for the most part, the legs can only really go a little bit forward and a little bit back. Like this is the alien that'll definitely be standing upright. Also, there's these little added section here too. But you get like the same rotation there for the legs. For the tail is the exact same. Same with the claws and the toes. But for the hands, you get a little hinge here so that they can move in and outwards as well.
The good thing is, though, each one of them also has different coloring.
Which is true, because for the Chrysalis alien, for the head is probably one of the coolest alien heads ever.
God, it's definitely like my top 3 alien figures of all times.
Yeah, because it has like this like bony queen looking head, but it also has this like giant frontal lobe that it's just like could smash things with.
I feel like he's taking revenge for somebody that killed the queen.
Yeah, right? Teeth look really gnarly in this. That's like the Minnie mouth.
But my favorite thing about him is that he looks like certain alien.
Yeah, because for this one's gimmick, you can pop this out.
Remember, you gotta push it up a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta like push it out or push it back, pop this out, and then you pull it forward. And then that has it extend outward so it can bite on the people. And then you get to see the human's looking skull on the inside.
He looks like a newborn.
Sort of. Also kind of reminds me, like, I've been playing a lot of Doom lately, and it looks kind of like the little skulls that are, like, flying around.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're
That, like, heat seek onto you.
Oh, you forgot to pull out the other part.
We did earlier. With the Minnie Muff.
There you go.
So, it's definitely got a lot of range. It is a weird, goofy-looking thing.
I think he's trying to make up for something, Steve. That's why there's, like, double extension.
Right? Because I already feel a little sorry for him, so... It's sad when I feel sorry for him, right? But it is pretty cool. For the most part, on my shelf, I'm probably just going to keep it pretty normal looking. Because that looks pretty gnarly as it does. Some of the other standout pieces is this one doesn't actually have breathing tubes, so how does he breathe?
Through the human skull. Because his nose is not covered, so when he sneezes, it doesn't stay inside of that thing.
Yeah. That sort of makes sense, I guess. But it has this like armor plating on the back here, which looks pretty cool. It's also got these little bony forearms.
He's definitely one of my favorites. Only thing that bugs me, it's the same tail as a razor claw.
Yeah, well, like I said, for a lot of these figures, there's a lot of reused parts, but still looks cool. Like, everything's very fitting for it. It's also got the long toenails, too, like the Razor Claw. But the hands are pretty basic alien.
Well, at least he doesn't have the ball chin.
Yeah, which is true. He's got the most boniest of the alien faces. Outside of that, though, the coloring is very similar to what we had with the Arachnoid alien. It's just a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
Then, like, the accent colors is bony coloring up here. For the articulation section, outside of this whole gimmick, the head can't really move that much forward and back. Like, there's a hinge here, but this one has a wee bit of a hard time. So it can move a little bit up and down and forward. Like, I feel like that should go further back, but this one's really stuck.
God, I feel like you're gonna break that.
Yeah, like, heat it up with a hairdryer and then work it is the best thing I could say. Outside of that, though, arms pretty much got the same range of motion. It has the hinges on the fingers, hinge on the toes. This one can't go much outward, but once you get it looking forward, it can spread its legs pretty far. Like, this is another one that'd be like a good option to have on all fours. But this is the one that has like the double joint at the tail.
Yeah, that's the one with the tail. Which I don't get.
It's strange. But outside of that, has mostly the same articulation as all the other aliens. And for some quick comparisons, here we have the NECA AVP Xenomorphs from the arcade game compared next to some other arcade figures with the Predators, with the City Hunt. I was like, Hunter and Warrior. I'm like, wait, I'm trying to go with the normal movie Predator names, and that don't work here. And here they are compared next to the arcade Mad Predator and the original NECA release of the maskless Wolf Predator. And here they are next to some other video game figures in my collection with the Square Enix Resident Evil Raccoon City Operation Lupo and the McFarlane Destiny's Lord Saladin. And here they are some more recent purchases with some Darling the Fronts figures from Tamashii Nation Bandai. With the Robot Spirit Sterlitzia Double X and the SH Figure Arts Ichigo, which still a glorified stand, but at least she came with a stand to actually have her stand up, unlike the other one. And continuing on with the more recent purchases, here we have them with the Figma Attack on Titan Mikasa and the Kotobukiya Hellraiser Pinhead, the Horrible Shoujo version. Which, funny thing is, we actually did a review of that one too, and that got deleted, and probably won't see that one, but it's okay. Hey, here there are some other random NECA figures which kind of fit in the same style anyways, with some Kenner tribute figures with Sergeant Apone and the Scorpion Alien. So overall for the NECA Alien vs. Predator arcade figures of the Chrysalis, Razor Claw, and Arachnoid Xenomorphs, these things are really awesome. Personal favorite is the Chrysalis, followed by the Razor Claw and the Arachnoid. It's probably the most boring of the three, but still a solid alien figure.
Yeah, like, what he has going on for him is his coloring. I really like his coloring.
Yeah, it's like the coloring in the dome.
Yeah.
It's really what you got. While the Chrysalis, you have a lot of really nice accents on it, and then the Razor Claw is just a gnarly looking alien.
Only thing that bugs me, I know it's like straight out the game, but he's kind of purple pinkish. Like, I appreciate the different colors on it, but...
Oh, I think it looks fine. It kind of helps us to kind of accent his deadliness, if you will.
His look reminds me of NES Freddy Krueger, you know, where he's like all like one color because it's NES, you know?
Yeah, well, at least he's not like orange. Whatever like that particular Freddy was. So if you guys are a big fan of the old arcade game or just want some more unique aliens for your collection, then definitely don't pass up on the arcade Xenomorphs. What do you guys think? Have you guys picked up these aliens? What do you think of the arcade gamers? Final Fight, just what you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, and Pinterest if you guys like to keep up to date with the channel and also donate. Much appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We have a t-shirt shop, forgot to say that. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.